I actually prefer to watch the women's sport over men's sport sometimes because I find that the skill level is higher. It's not so
Wait,
much.
when was Olympic cooking in
Butter handle.
That'll be in the next one.
Do you have any blank teas, Hayden?
No.
Because your tea game is always on point.
Who has time for blank teas? That's vanilla.
Yeah, or is it? Maybe we just... Okay, I can't say give into the corporate world because I didn't wear. Most of my stuff is blank, or it's from... Like I have the Avenged from their tour with Metallica, or it's directly related to someone or something independently.
So is this technically?
But I like that. I like
That's
it.
a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I have good Tetris stories from back in the day.
Yeah. What I want to hear is I heard.
Can't wait for those.
Me and my friends, we could go in the closet and then
we practice our tea spins or whatever they're called.
What do you mean, friends?
Yeah, friend.
Tetris is
Sorry,
a-
friend.
Friend. The imaginary kind.
Jennifer Lopez?
What?
Get the reference?
No.
No, it's a South Park where it was like, my name is Miss Jennifer Lopez. Carmen gets like a hand job from his hand, but as Jennifer Lopez. Look it up.
I vaguely do remember that, but
What does that have to do with Tetris?
You said with my friends or friend, and I said my
Oh,
left hand.
I get it. I get it.
is
Yeah, yeah.
Jennifer Lopez.
off to a hot start here.
Well, I don't know. yeah, sorry. Well, we quickly got into masturbation.
Is it though?
No, not if it was Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer. I heard there was, I don't know, I heard somebody say something about this crazy, Emu War in Australia or something. Have you heard about this?
Where'd you hear that? Some crazy
I don't know. Yeah.
A couple loose.
Crazy war.
It could have been. You could have been on Moonshine.
Some screws loose in there.
Hey, do you know about this? Was this a thing, Hayden?
It was a thing, and I didn't know it was a thing until one of my buddies told me about it. And I don't even really know that much about it because I didn't look into it.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking it up quickly now.
Wait. Tell us what you know about it, and then
I wanted to get the
we'll
year
get
correct.
Andre on it. We'll get Andre on it.
Yeah,
1919,
the doc
wasn't
one
it?
was-
No, it was much later than that.
Oh.
It's more modern.
Okay.
It was between
2019.
between the First and the Second World Wars.
What? That's not that much after 1919.
Well,
So like 19...
So 1929, 10 years later.
1932.
Okay.
There was
That's closer to 1919 than modern.
Way after.
That's what I said. Between the First and the Second World War.
It's modern.
It's more modern.
More modern.
Well, modern warfare would have started with the Second World War, didn't it? Modern warfare. They got rid of horses and swords, and they had. So technically, it's.
Or did it start with the nuclear bomb? Or did it? I don't know. When did modern warfare start? That's a good question. Korean War, Vietnam War, Iraq War with the drones? That's even a more modern warfare.
That's future warfare.
Anyways, emus.
Emus. So the Australian people went to war with the local wildlife, the emus.
Fuck you, emus.
And the funny thing is that the people lost.
What?
They actually lost. That's all I know about it. They went to war with the emus. I don't know what it was over, whether there was too many, like overpopulation of the emu flight. Those that don't know what an emu is, it is a giant flightless bird that makes a really cool like thumping sound if it's like talking to you.
So
like
they
a
just
throat.
try and go like box the emus or chase like
No, that's kangaroos. You would
Yeah.
box. Emus, I have no idea. Peck them? Kick
Well, they have
them?
crazy talons. They'll
just
freaking
fucking
gouge you.
shoot them.
Yeah, maybe there's too many. I don't know what I'd have to look into it more, but I'm sure
The
there's
emu-
someone out there. The
outsmarted
emus won.
them.
Yeah, they probably were like, we've got generations of wild warfare ingrained in our bird brains that can outsmart
They had better armor.
humans.
They had better armor.
Their armor was level 10.
Mithril
Yep.
kind of.
Yes.
D20 all the way.
Yeah. D20.
But maybe that's why the Australian military is so good now, because they were so embarrassed.
They hired the emus.
commander.
Yeah.
Commander Emu.
Give me the highest man in here.
Just- there's a sketch there somewhere.
The lieutenant. Lieutenant Emu.
Quick, Cole.
Salute.
Yeah, I can't do the Australian accent. You do the Australian accent, calling the. I don't know.
All right.
I just
Get us Commander Emu.
yeah. Hey, how good? I think we got you to do it, but I forget. Can you throw on like a really thick Australian accent?
I don't know. I tried to, but then when I got angry and I said like bloody bastards, you were like, "There's the Aussie."
Bloody bastards.
Bloody bastards. I'd have to watch some real bogan stuff to kind of dip into it. So that would be for next week or 2 weeks time, because
Real bogan stuff.
real bogan stuff.
He got me a beer koozie that said Bogan on it. It was pretty sweet, actually.
That's nice. It's cute.
Is Bogan like a person from a play? Is it like what our equivalent of like a redneck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Double-bludger bogan. Yeah.
While we're on the topic of
Double-bludger.
I'm sorry.
That was on-
While we're on the topic of bogans and Australia, can I ask you, as an Australian, if you feel any shame with this breaking thing? Because I'm only saying this because I have friends who are Australian. They legitimately feel embarrassed by this whole thing.
No, they're too uppity then. I feel like, well, the people that I've spoken to feel like it's very Australian and it's almost borderline taking the piss of the whole institution that is the Olympics. But I don't know if it is. So
For those people, we're talking about the breakdancing at the Olympics.
Correct.
Yeah.
Reagan.
Because it took me a minute to figure out, you're like, speaking of this whole breaking thing, I thought you meant the breaking news of Australians losing to the emus. I was like,
Right.
Yeah.
The
what I
Emus
didn't
got more
realize
medals.
on that though, congratulations to Canada for actually winning the men's gold in the breakdancing.
Oh, Phil Wizard.
Yeah. Our boy Phil. We should get him on the show.
He's
Oh, yeah,
Vancouverite.
Yeah. He's your buddy. Cousins? Yeah.
Is that because he's
second
Asian?
cousin.
Well, technically,
They're all related to
they're
Genghis
really-
Khan.
Genghis, yeah. We've established that. Yeah.
Greatest conqueror of all time. I had that one right.
Yeah, that's right.
The thing
Nailed
with the whole breaking thing was I turned it on and that was the first thing I saw. So I thought it was some sort of, I thought it was a joke at first. And then I was thinking, is this the level of competition for this event? It's first time event and possibly last because it's not, in the next Olympics. And so I saw that and I was very confused. And then I started laughing, kind of played along with this whole thing. And then I dug into her story a little bit more and I started feeling less bad for her because people were making fun of her, of course. A lot of people were, in a way kind of shaming and like, are you kidding me? That kind of thing, which made me think, well, she can't possibly be the best female breaker in Australia to represent the sport. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. And so what she was saying was that she wanted to go to the Olympics for kicks, sort of thing. Like, I'll have a go at it. That's what she said. I'll have a go at it. She knew going into it she wasn't going to win because these other breakers are incredible. They're younger, they're more flexible, whatever, right? So that was what made a lot of people upset because the Olympics should be a display of the top.
The top of the top.
Granted, have never seen some of her moves before. The snake thing that she was doing.
It looked like she was trying to put some Australiana into it. So I was like,
yeah. And then just, when you're doing a battle or a rap battle, you have this kind of, there it is. That's the first one. How many do you think he'll do tonight?
Down.
How many think do this episode?
I'm going to keep it below 3.
This episode?
3?
3, yeah.
I'll do 3 plus.
3 plus.
But anyways, so, there was a lot of original moves and I did find out that her husband is her coach as well. And then I saw some of the videos that her husband did and I can see why. I can see what's happening here. So yeah, it was to me a very, very interesting sort of thing that developed and she kind of, to go back to the original point, rap battles, you have this kind of attitude, kind of like, I guess.
Mano. Like,
yeah. And then for her to just look the opponent up and down and do the yawns, I know it's part of the act, but I feel like for the Olympics, it's more, it didn't really translate well when you have that skill level and you're getting 0 points throughout the board for 3 consecutive matches.
That has to be some kind of record right there as well. And
what is, because it's a first and only time event was a thing.
See, I don't even think I've watched the full thing of any of her rounds, but
why not?
Yeah, why not? I'll go back and I'll look.
No.
But even the head of the IOC Australia, like, got sick and tired of everyone giving her shit. So she was like got on the news and I was
I saw a bit of that too.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay. But like you're saying, I'm like, this is the best of the best that Australia has to offer. I'm like, there can't be. There cannot be the best of the best that we have to offer. But maybe no one wanted to. That's why half of who I've spoken to and majority of what I see on social media is like, this has got to be the greatest joke, because we as a people like to play jokes on everybody else in the world because we have a sarcasm humor.
Sure.
That most people are like, really? And you're like,
she also has a PhD.
Yeah, in dance
in
or whatever.
breaking, like a cultural, like breaking, like something
Which
like that.
Which is what blew my mind. I was like, wait, you should know that what you are producing is clearly not even on par with what else is out
I
there.
don't know, that fucking kangaroo hop was pretty
The kangaroo
good.
thing
Have a
was
PhD.
really good.
I mean, granted, you can get a PhD in almost anything. When I was, just a side note here, when I was in high school, we had an ex-Olympian as a PE teacher. He was a cyclist. And he had friends who were doing PhD.
Pedal bicyclist? Pedal pusher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Push bike.
Push bike. Sorry.
I think he was
callback.
I don't even know if they still do it. It's sprinting, but it's not on the track. It's on like the street.
Oh, like the quarter mile.
Yeah, like a road race.
Yeah.
He was like one of those
Vin
dudes.
Diesel style.
Yeah. Firmly.
Vin Diesel.
Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Anyways.
Anyway, he had a friend that was doing a PhD in belly button lint. So I was like, well, they will let you.
Belly button lint?
Yeah.
Well, how could he do fucking 7 years of school on belly button?
No idea. I mean, obviously, if the research is there.
Is this like exclusive to Australian University?
Yeah, top 50, top 50.
Did you hear this from the same person who told you about the emu? Yeah, the emu.
How much belly button lint have you got?
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense that she could have a PhD in breaking, but not even be on. I guess you wouldn't have to necessarily have the skills to study it and stutter.
If you
Study it.
If you're going to do that, and if you're doing it to take the piss, or you're doing it, hey, I just want to be on the Olympics and I'm going to have fun. We live in the social media era. So if you aren't prepared to go do that and deal with backlash and people hating on you, then you shouldn't do it. And I'm not saying that it's right or people should, be insulting to the woman, but it's going to happen regardless of if it's right or wrong. People are going to do that. And there's going to be people who know nothing about it and watch a 10-second clip and then make some stupid comment or whatever. So, I mean, if she's fully prepared for that, I mean, is it right to go and kind of make a joke of the Olympics?
That's what I was going to say. The stage for the Olympics to do that kind of stuff might be a big reason why people aren't too pleased about that in general.
And especially when it's already not slated for 2028 and, if it had good reception, you know what? Maybe they'll bring her back. Maybe they'll say, you know what? We want it to go ahead.
Watch her be the flag bearer.
That would be epic. That would be.
Well, see,
she's going to be back. There's no way she won't be
You'd
back.
think that being in Los Angeles, the next one, they would want it there. But it's not. They've already removed it. It's only going to be in for potentially the 2032 Olympics.
And they've added...
Which are in Australia.
Bring it back.
Brisbane, right?
Brizzy.
But yeah, they added 5 new so far. Can they still add stuff or no? I don't know. I don't know how it works. But they added 5, which are lacrosse, softball, baseball, squash, and cricket, and something else.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
Bird fighting.
Bird fighting. Yeah.
Bird fighting.
We're not in that one.
But, yeah, I mean, it just kind of makes me wonder what really constitute as a Olympic event. I mean, it's more like, for me, I always thought it's something that's more physical, I guess, endurance, physical. I mean, obviously there are events that are more where the physicality is way less and there's more of a mental thing. Maybe like the
chess,
the shooting, the Olympic chess,
shooting. Watch that speed chess at the Olympics. Sorry,
speed chess would be interesting. Is there anything you guys can think of that you would want to see legitimately as a Olympic sport?
I just want to, before I do that, I want to go back because if you're referring to like whether breakdancing or not should be in, because my parents were down visiting over a lot of the Olympics and we watched quite a bit together, and that was one of the things. Was talking about the breakdancing event. But event that you kind of, nobody really remembers or thinks about, at least not me. It's like synchronized swimming, you know?
Which I refer to as underwater breakdancing.
Underwater breakdancing. So I think there's definitely skill and talent in breakdancing, whether or not it should be an Olympic sport. To me, yeah, at what point does like esports break into the Olympics? I think we're decades from that, but it might happen. But I feel like if a sport is able to hold its own with its own, I don't know if you want like games, for example, I love that last Summer Olympics they brought like skateboarding into it. Because they have the X Games. That's huge, right? It takes a lot of talent. There's a lot of skill out there. And X Games has been running for a very long time. So it made sense to bring that in because there is the watchership there. I don't know. Maybe a sport needs to prove itself that it can get the viewers or audience before. And what that limit is, I don't know.
Sorry.
Because cricket's a huge sport.
Huge.
One of the biggest.
Dre just informed me the one we're missing was flag football.
Right. Flag football.
Flag football, yeah.
Bringing flag football?
Flag football is getting very popular.
I know, but again, you've already got, they don't have full rugby. They have rugby sevens.
Which is awesome.
But then flag football? I feel like next they'll be bringing in ultimate frisbee. These are all like
I was going to say
frisbee golf.
Yeah. I
don't
want to sound elitist, but there's different, I guess, grades in my brain of what constitute an Olympic level sport and just like a
pastime.
A university style sport, like a bro and buddies sport.
Like I don't think 3-on-3 basketball.
No.
What you have
that
basketball.
Was stupid.
What is the point of it?
That was stupid.
And I don't know if that had to do with the whole Paris was going to be the first gender equal, whatever, equal, everything equal games. I forget exactly what it was. And so they were trying to add more, was it inclusive, gender and inclusive, whatever. So they are adding more sports to represent, athletes, if you want to call them that, in different areas. Like, I don't know. Like, hey, you didn't make the 3-on-3 or basketball team, but here's a chance to do 3-on-3 or I don't know.
The 3-on-3 thing doesn't.
Maybe in the breakdancing is just like a cultural thing. Like, that's
right.
Started out as a very cultural movement and style of dance. So maybe like is an inclusive.
Well, I just don't feel that 3-on-3, while you have the actual basketball and you have 3-on-3, you're not including the best players in the world in 3-on-3 because they're playing the actual basketball, right? So I just feel like that's more of maybe a second tier, lower tier sort of
like an inclusive sport. So I'm saying, I feel like I wonder if it has a lot to do with that.
Well,
they may as well
It's
go
fucking
all the way.
bullshit. I'll say it. We're all thinking it.
it is.
It's bullshit. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but like Hayden.
Directly.
Like Hayden, I'm just repeating what Hayden said earlier. I'm just saying it more straight up. There's tiers, okay? And your tier is fucking bullshit.
I thought you were going to say
that what you
something
wanted
real
to say?
sexist, like
Oh.
what I even said before.
Yeah,
women
yeah,
shouldn't
yeah.
be in sports. Actually, that's
whoa,
a Shao thing. That's
I
not
just
a
like
Hayden
to
thing.
Shao and Justin
Relax.
don't feel that way.
I don't at all. I love women.
Hayden's definitely he's afraid to look at the camera now. He's blushing. He's standing firm.
I actually prefer to watch the women's sport over men's sport sometimes because I find that the skill level is higher. It's not so
Wait,
much.
when
What?
was Olympic cooking in
Butter handle.
That'll be in the next one. Bring your culinary genius. I mean, there's enough
Olympic
cooking shows
churning.
out there.
Olympic churning. Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay will be a judge. Jamie Oliver.
Okay, you can enjoy women's more for sure, but more skill. I think maybe some.
Depend. Like I used to when I was growing up, I was big into tennis, and it was during a period where the men's game was all about power.
Ooh.
So I switched to the women's game because it was more about tactics
Right.
and
Fundamentals.
skill. Fundamentals. It was more about shot selection and chess thinking, and then it switched to a power game as well with the
Serena Williams,
Yeah.
let's go.
and like Emily Maresmo and Justine and then
And
all-
her, yeah, and her.
all of these big power hitters, and then it kind of became also a power game. But I don't know. And again, going back to the rugby sevens, the women's Australia team they didn't do so. They came fourth at the Olympics, but they
Who
dominated.
did they get knocked out by?
I don't know.
Oh, Shao, do you know?
Well,
I do know.
Yeah, I know you know.
of course
Yeah.
of course you would know.
They just had previously won the whole World Series of it.
Yeah, but
So
not
they
Olympics.
were coming in as high, and then of course New Zealand ended up winning. But
New Zealand's so good, though.
Yeah,
I guess so is
Australia's
Australia.
Do you think bowling could ever be Olympic sport?
No.
No, right? I
No.
same
don't
with
care.
golf. I don't know. I
Yeah,
want
I
to see
agree.
some kind of physicality, which is kind of interesting because the shooting and the archery is not physical; it's more a mental thing. So I don't know.
Well, because if you have something like what do you actually call that event where the shooting?
Not still or
air
whatever.
shooting or air.
Okay, so what's the big difference between that and, for instance, darts? Because darts is huge in Europe, right? You have those big halls,
Oh yeah.
180.
I don't know if they'd be able to perform if there wasn't a big drunken hall behind them.
Well, who's to say you can't?
Well, if it's an Olympic sport, they've got to be all uppity and
No,
Today-
you got to change. That's the old Olympics.
We'll walk into the darts arena and everybody is just.
yeah.
So that's what I mean by those kind of
competing
sports.
today.
It's the final event, like the very last one of every night.
Ooh, that'd be
everybody finishes and
good.
You just go, I got eliminated in semis, or I didn't qualify, and then you just go to the fucking dart hall and crush beers and fucking,
Before you
that'd
go
be the
back to
best
your-
time. People would be
wouldn't be a bad idea
mailing
at
in
all.
their competition.
And
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
all break their anti-sex beds. Did we hear about this?
yeah, they're like cardboard beds.
Yeah.
But they're really strong, right?
Yeah, the Canadian
very
women's
strong.
rugby team was practicing their tackles onto the beds.
Yeah, and I think actually, was it Phil Wizard who was jumping on it and doing moves on it to test it and wasn't budging. So I don't think even if
Such a dumb idea
It was so
anyways.
stupid.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stop them from bumping nasties.
Well, they gave out.
I mean,
Like,
they
isn't
gave
that
them
not
all,
the point of the Olympics?
Didn't they all give them
make
like
super athletes.
Yeah.
They gave them they gave them a certain amount of special Olympic condoms to use, didn't they? They each got like 100 or something.
Yeah. French are like, what do we do these with? I don't know. That's
They
terrible.
had like
That's
motivational
pretty
quotes
good.
on them too.
Speaking of quotes,
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that
And
segue.
tea bags. That was awesome. What do we got? Oh,
No,
unopened. Examine.
Unopened. Who wants it?
Throat coat.
Anyone want it?
Yeah. Okay. While I'm doing this, I'm going to also be thinking of a sport that I'd love to see. You know what? Okay, it's physical. It's gaining popularity, maybe more so on socials. The face slap.
Oh,
This fucking, yeah. No weight class. Just, yeah.
no way.
Dude, come on.
No
You'd
way.
watch that.
Yeah, because people get obliterated.
Well, just like soccer where, you could be a beer league team and play a championship team. Just don't go against that person.
But that's like, well, didn't they did that in the judo, did they not? They had like 100 and...
Oh, a
6'8" guy.
French guy.
Yeah, and then the Japanese or whoever or the Chinese, they put their tiniest guy in there who was more skilled.
Japanese, Chinese, Filipino, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was one of those
Indian,
Asian countries.
I get it.
They all don't look the same.
Yeah.
So there was that particular event. I think it was kind of team thing, and you get matched up, and so that I guess they maybe sent in strategically, maybe they sent in the worst one to get.
It's like sending an Odd Job versus Jaws and GoldenEye.
But I also think that they both fell into the heavyweight category. But once you hit the certain number, it doesn't matter how high you go. You're still in the same category. So they sent in the light dude because he had more experience. He ended up losing. Anyway.
He got manhandled.
The dude just picked him. What are they thinking? Anyway, I think that would happen with the slap competition. You would just get some beast of
you might actually witness a death.
Yeah.
You could actually witness a death on there.
On that, because it's sort of a martial art. I would like to see more combat sports. Like they have karate, but not as combat. They only have
MMA
it
kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not even a fan of MMA. Like the specific,
like Muay Thai and
specific
kickboxing.
Karate.
types. Yeah, karate's there, but it's as forms only. They have taekwondo and boxing as combat, but I would like to see more.
Oh my god, it's slipping my mind. Oh my god, I should know this. Wing Chun.
Oh yeah. We were watching.
JC?
I think it was the judo, not the taekwondo, or is it the taekwondo and not the judo? I don't know. And there was a Canadian up, and so we're like, oh, okay, let's watch the Canadian because we record it all, and then we find watch all the Canadians, and we're like watching, and it's like I just have no idea what's happening. It's like, oh, they got a warning. And it's like, for what? And it's like, oh, they got a point. And it's like, what? Like, what's happening? You don't know what's happening.
So what were you watching?
It was like judo or taekwondo.
Oh, okay.
And then stuff was happening, and and then the Canadian ended up winning gold. I think it was in the judo. It's the first time Canada ever won a gold in judo. Anyways, but it was in they call it golden time or something. So the next point wins, but nobody had even gotten a point. And then they each had got a warning, a yellow or something. But if you get 2 warnings, the other person gets a point. So we're watching these two go at it. And it's like, oh no, we can't get another warning, but we don't really know what gives us a warning. Right. So we're watching, we're like, whoa. It was stressful, but
they pulled their punch.
We had
that's a warning, you didn't follow through.
Well, Canada ended up winning. I don't think it was the gold on that one. Maybe it was to go to the gold. The semis maybe it was and then oh yeah, hold on, they're reviewing something. We're like, what are they reviewing? And they had put the hand up a sleeve, or the other girl's hand had gone up. It was fucking disgusting.
It was nasty.
I saw your wrist.
Yeah. Did you hear that the person who won gold, their speech? He had a marvelous quote.
Yes.
He said in the mic.
As a matter of fact, I had to write it down because I enjoyed it so much. And it kind of took me by surprise at first, but then when I really thought about it, I was like, this is definitely applies to, and it was, if you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere.
And when I heard that, I was so proud.
And didn't you also remember it from wasn't there familiarity to you? If you think about it,
I was trying to think of the athlete's name, and you just I believe it was Vincent van Gogh.
That originally said that. Yeah, they stole it. They actually stole it. Yeah.
So before I put this in my water, have you gone to the bathroom today, Justin?
Like at all? What? It's a fucking weird. Like that's a weird.
I know
way
what you're getting.
That's what I'm getting at.
Oh,
Because you don't wash your hands.
He doesn't want pea flavored tea.
Yes, believe it or not, I have gone to the washroom today. Hayden.
It's all right. It's hot water. It'll just kill everything.
But not since I showered after work. So you're probably mostly good.
Probably mostly good.
And for those listening, not watching, that was actually the quote from Hayden's throat code for the day, and not the judo expert. Although she said something very similar.
Van Gogh.
Wasn't it you who was rooting, or weren't you? Not?
He's always rude.
Sometimes I look at you and you look so scared.
I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. You're a wild creature, man.
Say it in that.
Sorry.
That was kind of scary.
Everybody's
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah, sorry.
No, there's no one out there. empty.
Everybody's gonna laugh at me.
Good. Join in the
What did I do?
No, when we were trying to guess who his tea bags was going to be from, didn't you pick Van Gogh's
I think
one
Van.
time?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. Damn it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get
Last
at.
time was
'Cause I thought you were- it was gonna
Because I
spark
actually
for your-
Confucius?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did say. Yeah, Confucius.
Maybe
I did
that's
say
who it
Confucius.
was.
I thought I did Van Gogh
Proverb.
one time.
I had
too.
one the other day that just said proverb. I'm like, from who?
Wait, what? That was it?
Yeah, actually, it might have
Was
been.
it a typo?
It might have been Iran proverb. And I was like, okay.
Like the country Iran?
No, the person.
Oh,
Yes, the country.
Oh.
Persian. Might have been Persian.
it just said
proverb.
Persian proverb.
Yeah.
Did you?
Did I take a photo?
No. Did you flip it over and read the other side? Like maybe that was just like.
It says traditional medicinals. I can't even read that. It is medicinals.
Well, there you go.
Have you thought about a sport that you'd like to see in the Olympics? I said it like that. It just came
Is
out.
that because he's Asian?
I don't know. Sometimes.
That I'd like to see. No, I can't really think of anything at the moment, to be completely honest. I mean, I have thought about, like I said earlier, just the idea of, not that I want them to be Olympic sports, is like, oh, what if bowling, or what if darts, or what, I can see there's going to be some people who would follow that, because of course every sport has its own following. But I guess I did look up before what were some of the least popular Olympic sports.
Let's see if
Andre,
I like any of these.
The least
I'm gonna
popular.
debate.
We probably haven't even heard of them.
okay,
Synchronized swimming, I'd put up there.
You get the gymnastics crowd maybe for that. There's usually always.
I like watching the gymnastics. I don't think I've ever watched synchronized swimming. That's a lie, because
I watched the start of the US team, and they did a lot of their routine out of the water before they even jumped in.
I saw this on socials another team do that. Maybe that's a new
it
thing.
wasn't. Yeah.
so one thing before I move on was the synchronized swimming, how they do their hairs. Do you guys see that at all? They have to put some sort of gelatin mix, like a jello mix, kind of lather over their head, and it's rock hard. And to get it out, you have to just, I think, either rip it out or pour hot water on it to melt it and then rip it out, which is kind of crazy. But one of the new events I kind of enjoyed.
Is that it?
It was a tidbit. It was a factual thing.
Oh yeah, I was
He's
like,
trying
where's this
a little
going?
bit with his hair now.
Yeah.
Something
One of the
about
things I
Mary.
actually kind of enjoyed
Your
watching
hair
was
does look good.
because I had an audition before.
Oh,
That's how I had to do it.
Yeah.
And something about Meredith? You were a little stressed out. And
Something about Meredith?
Yeah. It's
something
a sequel
about
to something about Mary.
married.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah. I don't have gel.
Did you masturbate in the bathroom before your audition?
Not in the
is what I was
bathroom.
doing. Okay. Yeah, he's not an animal.
an
Hayden.
animal.
Yeah.
The dining room with the
Yeah.
Sears catalog.
That's right.
Yes. No, one of the things I really enjoyed watching was the rock climbing thing, the speed climbing or whatever you call it. It's like 4 seconds, 5 seconds.
What?
Did you guys watch any of that?
I watched some of it, and it almost didn't look real because and then I had to look into it because there's an auto belay system. So I was like, how are they not getting pulled up? because it just kind of floats up there, like the
It
world
looks like it's someone's pulling. And they're just kind of going like that.
Have
it's
you
just
done
a rock wall, and they go 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 boom. It's like a Spider-Man on crack, and they just reach the top and they just touch the thing, touch the button, and the clock stops. It's 1-on-1. There's 2 people going at the same time.
Oh yeah,
and they go, and I think the times are so close and so tight that I think the gold medalist won by 0.02 or something like that. You know what I mean? But
there is a lot of events that ended with somebody winning by fractions of seconds, and it's almost like just give it both.
they did that for high jump before, I think.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there is a clear winner, but it's crazy how close some of these competitions are. I didn't even know that was an event, but the self-belay thing, belay, have you ever done the rock wall at Playland?
No.
Okay, so whatever, I did in 3 seconds, but no big deal.
Whatever.
But they have a self
Olympic trials.
It's 15 feet high.
It's yeah.
Jump.
You jump. It's self-belay. And I'll be honest with you. I think because of how it works, when you pull up, I wouldn't say it helps you, but there's at times when you're going, because it's got to go too, it feels...
You can use some sort of momentum.
Yeah, so maybe even when you're going that fast too, like it could, but it does. You do notice it. So maybe I don't know how much it would help. I mean,
but the climbing thing is, like I said, it lasts max 5 seconds, and that's one of those things where I think about your training for 4 years for a moment that lasts 5 seconds. I mean, people say the same about sprint, but that's 10 seconds. You can also do other things.
Yeah.
Right. You can do 200, you can do hurdle, whatever.
4x100 relay.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, there's a little bit of bravado. Is that how you say it?
Bravado.
Yeah, I don't know.
More bass.
More bravado. And that comes with, the 100-meter sprint. You are the fastest man. You are the fastest woman in the world when you are the 100-meter winner. I don't think anybody's like, oh, the same.
Fastest climber.
Yeah.
That for a 80 feet wall or what, I don't know how tall it was. But.
I don't think there's the same sort of clout and endorsement deals that come with, maybe in the rock climbing world there would be.
Yeah, that small rock climbing world.
So that's what I mean. Like when you train for those 9 or 10 seconds for the sprint, it's like there's more.
Sure.
Gravatas behind it. Gravatas, however you want to say it.
Gravitas.
Gravitas.
Clout. Really quickly, have you guys been watching?
Quicker.
Have you guys been watching any movies or any movies coming out lately that you want to watch? I'll go first. I was actually quite.
Dude, don't let us answer that.
You will have your chance.
Oh,
I said I'll go first.
Us the question first.
I was actually really excited to watch Borderlands, and then it debuted with 0%.
Did it?
Yeah.
It's up to like 7 now.
So it went.
Is it so
bad? It went to 7. It went to. I didn't watch it yet, but I still kind of want to watch it. I went to 7, and then went to 10, which double digits, went back to 9. So it's still single right now. Last time I checked. But how the story goes is that I think part of one of the writers, he also wrote Last of Us, right? Which is also a game. I don't know if you guys play. I didn't play that, but nor did I watch it. But I heard it was really good. But the script apparently there was a bidding war from a lot of different studios to try to get that script because it was really good. And then eventually it was given to Eli Roth, who then rewrote it, a lot of it, and which made the original writer take his name off. So I don't want to be a part of this. And so Eli took it and went with it and got 0%. And you have the guy's giant
all-star cast.
I know.
Dude.
The trailer looked. I don't know. I kind of like the colors, the concept of it. I liked it, but
I just listened to the Jack Black episode of Bad Friends, and they talk about it a little bit. Him and Bobby Lee, and because Bobby Lee was in it, Jack
Bobby's
Black's
in it for like
Kevin
10
Hart's
seconds,
in it.
2 minutes or something like that. But
Yeah.
I think Jack Black's a voice in it. But
Yeah, he's
The one thing that I've never played the game, but the actors that they cast were they appeared too old for the roles.
okay,
If you compare it to the video game. So I was like, I am not going to be ageist. I'll give it a shot.
just sexist.
Yeah. Get rid of all the men actors.
you know what's interesting is after reading some comments, people are starting to seems like turn on Kevin Hart in a way where they're saying, "Oh, he's in it. I don't want to watch it anymore." Which is I didn't know when that started to happen.
It's a shame that it got changed so much, and that the producers would let that happen, because if there was such a bidding war and the script was that good, why are you going to let somebody come in and change it?
And Eli's
Seems like
not
a
known
fucking-
for that kind of movie. Eli, I'm talking as if I know him. Eli, or I call him
Yeah.
E.
Yeah.
E. Roth.
Yeah.
He did what Hostel. He did a lot of the horror stuff, the graphic, gory stuff, and then to
Yeah.
give it to him, Borderlands, to me is a little strange. I don't know.
It must have been at the same agency as his agent. And they're like,
Probably.
give it to my guy.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out. I wonder if it was because a lot of the hype too, that Halo, to me, Halo sort of started it. Halo was so good, and then
It got cancelled.
no,
Yeah, after second season, Halo.
no,
Look it up.
no, motherfucker,
Paramount Plus.
Andre?
Cancelled that.
no way.
It was
That
good.
was
I watched the
stupid.
first season.
So good you didn't watch the second season.
You know how I am. I haven't watched the
Yeah.
second season of a lot of things.
And then Fallout came out, and Fallout was fucking brilliant. I love that show. And then now Borderlands are remaking all of these.
Video games.
Yeah, video games. But what I liked about Halo is, to me, it was the first video game adaptation has been canceled.
Breaking
Why?
news.
Thanks, Trey.
Will season 3 find a new platform? Yeah, somebody would be silly.
Someone's
enough
probably
to
going to pick it up, I guess.
But it was, to me, it was the first time they had made a movie after a video game that I really liked. Now, I know Last of Us has had huge success as well, and that's based off a video game.
Yeah.
But Halo and Fallout to me were insane. I can't read
Because I think those
right
ones
now.
are pretty true to costume.
Well, I think The
story.
Last of Us kept the game writers on board for the TV show.
That's smart.
That's why and I don't know why they didn't ever do that.
I mean, I feel like that's where it's going because a lot of games now, the storyline and the
good. Cinnamon toast.
Thanks. The cinnamon toast of it is, the cinnamon toast of it is really, speaking of that, have you seen the boxes of cereals with the minis?
Yeah, the camping
that?
ones.
What?
The one they're like,
No, not the mini
big?
size
Oh,
of the
yeah, yeah.
cereal. It's the cereal itself. And before it's like that, now they're tiny little. They're called minis. And I got the cinnamon toast crunch one. It was good. Are there any
Sorry,
other
I'm-
movies that
yeah.
you are coming out that do you guys watch Deadpool?
I've not watched that yet.
Not
but
interested?
That's another. No, I'm very interested, but I think that's another shot in the foot for Borderlands because it came out within what 2 to 3 weeks of
Right.
Deadpool. I'm like, you're killing yourself.
The spoilers of Deadpool went on right near the beginning. I think it came out 2 days, and if people already started.
I've
posting
tried
about
my
spoilers.
best to avoid it. My
I
brother's
know.
like, have you seen it yet? Have you seen it? You got to watch it. Like Ryan Reynolds is just getting spoilers everywhere, and I'm like,
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds started posting spoilers 3 or 4 days after it came out.
and yet
so-
it still made over $1 billion.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Sorry
seen
for
it.
my absence. I was just trying to figure out why, if it was like a numbers thing or if it was, because sometimes
He was
they do
processing.
because.
Do you know why? Did it say why?
No, and I was just kind of thumbing. I'll do a deep dive later
Yeah.
and
Sure.
fume about it.
There was probably someone at Paramount that got promoted and was like, I'm canceling this shit, bring in something else that my buddy's written. You know? Hollywood stuff.
And the problem with Paramount and Prime, like they got a lot of catching up to do with a lot of the other streaming services. And maybe it was a money thing, although, I never mind. I guess it's not Prime where they have shit tons of money, but They need content. They need original content. If you have a loyal fan base, but I guess they would know what their viewership is. I got to dive into that because that frustrates me. Because the way season 2 ended, I was like, oh shit. Like, here we go.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Huge cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
A-holes.
A-holes.
You know what I got to say to them? I have to say to them, hold on.
Mildly annoying insult.
I have to say to them, for the producers at Paramount Plus that decided to cancel Halo after 2 seasons, leaving us such a big cliffhanger, the volume of knowledge which you do not possess makes the ocean look like a puddle.
Sick burn, bro. Whoa. I even gave him the water to put that burn out.
Yeah. Yes, I was reading off because Hayden introduced. You want to go out on the bit?
Sure.
Shao has no idea what we're talking about.
The mildly.
No. You were talking about Deadpool.
You're right.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
Yeah. And sorry if you said I was so in my own.
No. I didn't say anything. I'm of course I'm not going to say anything because you guys haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
But I liked it more than the first and second one. Personally.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of the ones that it's more geared for the fans, the nerds or whatever you want to call it. And
why?
it's a lot of the.
Don't even
moments.
say Hugh Jackman. You
did.
Yeah,
Wait, he's
That's
in it.
why.
No, it's kidding.
yeah.
Wolverine.
Yeah. You've been a Wolverine and Hugh Jackman fan forever.
It's a weird crossover because Wolverine is Canadian, played by one of these guys.
Yeah. They're kind of Canadian. Australians
He's also 6'2" versus Wolverine's what?
Yeah, isn't he supposed to be
something?
kind of almost a midget?
Yeah, he's tiny.
He's supposed to be tiny, Wolverine, like in the comics.
Right.
He's supposed to be.
Feral little
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, like a Gimli.
Yeah.
The Gimli of the group.
Oh yeah, Gimli.
Lord of the Rings, man.
You dwarf.
Oh yeah. Now I get it.
Throw me out.
Oh man.
It's been a while since I've seen
That's
LOTR.
same.
Lotter.
Oh man.
Is there a movie that you're excited about? You guys have probably talked about this. I was just so pissed off about Halo. I'm sorry.
He did. He's the one that brought up Deadpool.
Okay. And you watched.
No, I didn't watch it. I just want to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm watching Aliens this weekend, the new one.
Right.
I think I'm supposed to watch the first 2 or something. I don't know. I'll watch a recap or something.
Yeah.
I don't have time for
You're so
nonsense.
busy doing auditions stuff.
I actually literally got another one on the way here, and I might not be able to make it because it clashes my first one. Anyways,
Well, if they really want you.
I know.
I would
gotta
say
make time.
for me to want to watch one, Deadpool Wolverine is definitely up there. Recently, I've been waiting for Civil War to come out for quite a while.
Isn't that out on? Oh, it's on Prime.
Yeah, but it was out on like rent or buy, and you'd be like, oh yeah, I want to rent it, and then it would be rent for $24. It's like buy for $25. So I waited until it came out to. I know it's stupid, and then eventually it comes out to rent for the $7 or $6 or whatever it was.
Right. I want to watch that too. I haven't watched it yet.
It's terrible. You shouldn't watch it.
I've never even heard of it. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Good cast.
It's fucking. I don't want to say it's good, but
Kirsty
it's-
Dunst.
I really liked it.
What's the guy that looks like a weird?
Gimli?
Gimli.
The one that kind of looks like Matt Damon, but like a.
Kind of looks like Matt Damon.
He was in Breaking Bad. Ooh.
I don't know.
Is his name Jesse? Not.
Jesse
I know
Pinkman.
Pinkman. But
I don't know. You can look at the cast right there.
it's it's Kirsten Dunst's husband.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name, but
Who was he in Breaking Bad? What did he do? He helped rob the train with that. You remember that where they stole a bunch of the liquid from the train with Jesse.
been a long
Oh, and he
time.
killed
Been a long time.
and he killed the kid because after the heist, the kid when the or the bike saw them, and then he killed him, and then Jesse hates him after that. Anyways,
Oh, the little dealer kid on the sidewalk.
well, they were in the desert doing the heist, right? And then
It's been so long since I've seen BB.
I haven't even finished it.
Yeah, me neither. Don't touch it.
I watched the first 3 seasons or whatever it was.
you didn't like it.
No, when I moved here, I was staying with a friend who you know, and they had bootleg American Netflix. So there was like Sons of Anarchy and Breaking Bad that wasn't on Canadian Netflix at the time.
Right.
And then of course they were they found out everybody that was doing that and they cut them off. So then it wasn't on Canadian Netflix. So I was like,
Yeah.
I guess I can't finish that series.
And then once you get out of a show for that long, I find it's hard to get back.
Yeah.
That was with me for Breaking Bad because it was just
Fair.
it got too dark for Kate.
Oh,
And she's like,
it's
I
pretty,
can't just watch this. And so we kind of stopped. And then I'd watch on my own sometimes. And then, you get onto other things. And then I actually went back to it after quite a bit of time off because I was like, no, like I gotta fucking watch and finish this because I really liked it. And then I did and then got off it again and I haven't gone back. But I do want to finish it.
Me too. That's like, you forget sometimes with those darker shows how good they are actually really written.
Yeah.
Like
the
we
Joker.
were.
What's that?
The Joker. Take your word for it, mate. I said TV show. Like Peaky Blinders. I loved that show. And then we didn't watch it for a while when the new season came out. And then we went back to it. I was like, man, this show is like so well written and so good. I still haven't finished it because the last 2 season episodes are like movie length ones.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Well, they're making a movie. Right?
Now they're making a movie as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the series finishes. So no spoilers, our very vast audience.
Yeah.
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 But anyway,
Yeah.
there is a movie coming out, but it's not until my birthday that I'll go see. So.
Yeah. Tito, we got the fucking sign. We get it.
Chill.
Chill.
He's in a mood today.
It's moody. Did he just show us his fucking... What is he
Cock.
doing? No. What was that his cock? Oh, I thought it was his belly button.
Baton?
His
Yeah,
night-
his baton. Yeah, yeah,
stick.
yeah. His nightstick. He's like the French high jumper.
Oh yeah.
Badong.
So many stories
was-
from me.
God.
One of the highlights from this year
Highlight.
Olympics, and that was one of them for sure. We talked about a few of them already.
Yeah.
Ray gun.
Do we want to Ray gun?
That's the name of the Canadian French pole vaulter.
No, that's the name of the Australian
No, I know.
breakdancer.
I was-
Oh, I see. Uh-huh.
I pooched my
Your
delivery
jokes.
on that one.
Yeah. Comedy's about timing and delivery, Hayden.
Yeah, was this a bit?
You
No.
mean like the French pole vaulter?
He's
By the way, before
told-
you move on, I was right. His name is Jesse Plemons.
Oh.
I don't know if you know this guy,
Plemons.
but he was in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I watched the movie.
You watched the movie Jesse Plemons?
No,
Civil War.
that he's in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows it was it?
I didn't know that was him though. No. Yeah, he's not in
A lot of it. Hey.
a lot, but the part season is fucking like
Intense.
it's like a really really intense part of the film. It's heavy.
He's a great
it's
actor. I
heavy,
like him.
and it's really well done, and the performances are so good, and I think they were really smart about how they did it, because obviously the premise is like the States has gone into a civil war, and I kind of wonder like how they're going to do it, especially with like how politics is in the United States right now, to keep it not like it's these people versus these people. So I thought they did a really good job of that. And also from the perspective it's told, I wasn't expecting that.
Right.
Like I thought it would be more following one side or the other side or both sides as they battle or what happens, but it's told from the perspective of journalists, and this this group of 2 or 3 journalists specifically, as they're trying to make their way to DC and the White House with to interview the president, and they have to sort of go through different territories that are controlled by different people and areas that aren't controlled by either, that are kind of just like, the wild, wild west. And it's powerful, man. It's really, really good.
How many chummy thumbs do you give it?
6.
out of
6. Because there's 6 chummy thumbs.
Oh, nice.
See?
Nice. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
And on that note,
Yeah, take us out of here, Hayden.
I didn't even bring us in, but
No one did it.
No, but yeah, we just fucking rolled it. Wait, welcome to Chummy Thumbs, everybody.
if you've got your mug, play along with us at home. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Chummy Thumbs. Until next week,
Keep on thumbing.